What's going on, everyone? Hello, my name is Mitchell Coleman. I am an alcoholic with anxiety, depression, and today is one of those days where I am just scared and anxious and worried, and that's just part of this process with me. So today's daily reflection is for November 3rd, 2021, based off of step 11, which is sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understand Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. So this one is really good, and it does kind of touch on the trying to find your higher power. So right there, it even says it doesn't have to be a God, it could be whatever you choose it to be. So meditation is a good higher power because your mind, you can get into there, and the self-examination and all that, very important. It's helping me a lot today already. And so let me get through this real quick. Focusing and listening. There's a direct linkage among self-examination, meditation, and prayer. Taken separately, these practices can bring much relief and benefit. From the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions book, page 98. If I do my self-examination first, then surely I'll have enough humility to pray and meditate, because I'll see and feel my need for them. Some wish to begin and end with prayer, leaving the self-examination and meditation to take place in between. Whereas others start with meditation, listening for advice from God about their still hidden or unacknowledged defects. Still others engage in written and verbal work on their defects, ending with a prayer of praise and thanksgiving. These three, self-examination, meditation, and prayer, form a circle without a beginning or an end. No matter where or how I start, I eventually arrive at my destination, which is a better life. And wow, I'm going through a whole lot this past week with work, my anxiety, and I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it because I'm going to be honest with you right now. I feel like I have relapsed. I feel like I have lost my job. I feel like I've lost everything, but this is just things that have happened to me in my past while I was still in my addiction. So of course I'm going to feel that feeling, and I feel inside right now very scared. I'm very worried, and I'm just sitting there praying. I've been praying. I'm going to do more after this video, and some meditation and self-examination, and just try to understand. So the self-examination part, I've already realized what it is that I'm feeling. I'm feeling this way right now because I'm scared, and anyone would be scared thinking they're going to lose their job. It's how we do everything. But I also understand I will have another job, and I have money saved. I have time. I can still get another job. And see, just talking right now is good because my heart is beating really fast. I feel worried, and I just have to recognize that feeling and pray and listen to what it is, the universe, and what it is that God is showing me. There is something I'm learning right now, and we're always learning. And I've just had a really, really rough 3 years. This past year has been exceptionally difficult and hard, and I've been doing good, and I'm triumphing over this stuff. And these are the moments that I feel people could get that motivation, because I'm very helpless. And that's what we have to realize, that we are powerless over a lot of things in our life. And a lot of these things that are happening in my life right now are out of my control, and that's where the serenity prayer is great. So I'm just saying, God, grant me the serenity to accept these things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can. And the thing I can't change is circumstances that have happened for me not making it to work. And these go back to mistakes that I've made 3 years ago, really my whole life, through drinking and driving and addiction and all that. And I've been trying, and I promise it is difficult. I try to put on a strong face, happy face, and I do, but these are days that are very difficult because every day's been hard. Every morning it's hard. I'm on a rotating shift. So I'm never on the right routine. My brain is never set right. My circadian sleep patterns are jacked. I'm getting insomnia. My anxiety, hard to sleep, on medication. And mental illnesses are something that people they just kind of don't think is real. And there's already things I've heard from work, like people are already saying things which they shouldn't even know about why I haven't been to work, and like I'm making up an excuse. And now for someone that already feels a little insecure and weird, that's awkward, and it starts to make me mad. And it's just hard, and I'm just venting, but really it comes down to everything will be okay. I'm doing fine, and really whatever happens happens, and I'll be okay. I'm still going to provide for my children. I'm still going to stay sober. Still going to keep learning. I'm going to find me a new job if it comes down to that, and I'm going to be starting school, and everything's going to be okay, and I will be done with this court program that I've been in for a year. But really, it's been 3 years of nonstop anxiety and worry about what's going to happen. The first 2 years waiting to see if I even got into this program, and really the only first 2 years, it was 2 years because I was 2 days away from starting the program, which is a year-long program, and then COVID happened and held it off for a whole nother year. So I've been having to rely on Ubers and random rides from people, and that is so freaking hard, especially for someone that hates asking for help. So then it got to the point where Ubers don't pick you up. They cancel, and then your anxiety. And these are reasons I've been late a few times now, where a lot of my points at work come from, but it's out of my control. I'll wake up at 4:30 in the morning, be ready for work, and I have to go take like a pee test. I have to call and see if I have to go take a pee test every single day. And I've been doing that for a year now. So wake up at 4:30 a.m., call, see if I have to pee. If I have to pee, I go in and pee. It gives me an hour window from when the pee place opens to get to work clocked in on time. So it doesn't matter how early I get up. This place doesn't even let you know if you have to pee till 5 a.m. They don't open till 6 p.m. and I have to be clocked in before 6:45. And I'm depending on Uber to do this. And Uber was being okay, but Uber and Lyft have ruined my attendance. And I've been late, like, barely late. I still show up to work, but I'd barely be late. And then my supervisors will give me points for that, even though I'm a very hard worker and I'm there every day and some. And that's where I start to get upset and mad, because I see things where they fix their own times, where they fix their friends' times. But for some reason, they don't like me, and they just don't want to give me that chance. And now it's at this point where I'm having to use other outlets like FMLA, things I don't want to do, because then I care so much about people that I don't want to use the FMLA that I am allowed to have, because I have a disability, because I have a mental illness, because I feel like I'm letting my friends down at work. And that's like, I'm choosing other people's comfort over my own. And that's where I have to understand that it's not about that anymore. And I want to help people, but I can't sit there and think too much about other people's stuff when I'm sitting here on the verge of like a mental breakdown a lot. But I know it's going to be okay. And all this I accept is my fault, except for a lot of this mental illness stuff. I can't control my brain. I can't control things that I think sometimes. I can't control my actions sometimes as much as I want to. Sometimes my brain just goes like that and makes some stupid decision. And even I question this stuff because it's my brain, I fell on my head a few years ago and I did damage my frontal lobe. And when I say this, I feel like I'm making an excuse, but I have looked into this stuff and there is lifelong permanent damage, and your frontal lobe is a big decision maker. And even when I fell on my head and I was drinking still after that, I was different. I was never the same kind of drunk, you know. People told me that you got different after you fell on your head, and it makes sense, you know, it's my brain. But I'm not making excuses. I'm just self-examining. Like, it's confusing why I do certain things, and it's all gonna be okay. I love people so much, and I care about people so much, and I've hurt people, and I just feel like I let people down, and then I start going into that cycle where I'm mad at myself. But I know I'm doing a good job. I'm a good dad. I'm a good worker. I'm a good human being. Or I wouldn't spend time to do things like this. If I didn't care, I wouldn't do things like this. And I do care, and these help me, and I hope this helped you. Sorry for the long video. I just want to say I appreciate everyone that has reached out. I appreciate Sassy Sobriety on Instagram, left a really positive post, and it just really helped me. And these signs that you see seem to come at the right time. So I'm emailing my work today, random thing, and I opened up my emails, and I got an email from The Fray, that band, because I had emailed them like a month ago during Suicide Awareness Month, because I wanted to use one of their songs in a video I was editing, but didn't want to put it up and have it removed. And how cool that was to see a nice email from them saying, sorry for not getting back to you sooner, and yes, you can use the songs if you would like. And it was just like, dope. That's really cool. And then today's daily reflection about meditation, self-examination, and there's just a few different things, and I'm like, okay, this is God talking to me, and my other friend telling me there is a silver lining in everything, and I know these things. And so for anyone out there struggling with mental illness and struggling with this anxiety and the worry about the future, and this is where that one day at a time comes in so good, because we have to think of the future, obviously, but we can't let ourselves get too caught up in the future, because that's what I'm doing right now. Well, what am I going to do? And I'm like, dude, I've been in way worse situations, and this already helped. And I love you guys. And thank you, thank you, thank you.